Hawaiian FM 100.3, 99.1, and online at kaparadio.com. Another edition of the Kapa Cafe.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to have with us today the Kuahiwis.
Aloha, guys!
Aloha, everybody.
Aloha.
Jazz and Kaya.
Thank you guys for joining us. We have, of course, Moku, Kale, TR, and Grant, the group Kuahiwis. We have talked to you a couple of times before. This is an exciting one because number one, you have new mele, and there is just kind of a newer, bigger energy with this group this year, man. First of all, give us the I guess the mo'olelo behind this mele that we just debuted last week.
Friday. Kauanui.
Yeah, mahalo nui, guys. Yeah, Kaua Nui, that was on, that song just popped up one morning when I was taking my kids to school, actually. It's pretty much about growing up my family in the beautiful place of Ola'a. And of course, one of the biggest features in Ola'a is the Uanui. Yeah. So yeah, so that's how it came about, pretty much.
Now, you guys also did a little fun, interactive request from your listeners. Anybody want to talk about that with the video production?
Well, one day is actually Moku's son's birthday, and I just told him, hey, I'm going to take the kids go Volcano National Park. They like jump in. And so a couple of them like, okay, shoot, go, uncle. Pump them up with sugar, let them go run in the forest. And while I'm watching these kids go nuts, I was thinking, hey, it would be really cool to make a video and have everybody's kids playing in the rain. And I remember my son just the week before, it was raining pretty good, and we have a trampoline. And I got this video from my wife with him on the trampoline doing like skateboard tricks on one of those foam surfboards on top of the trampoline. So I was thinking it would be really cool to have our friends, family, and even people who we haven't met yet. Let's send in some clips of us doing what we do in the rain, either working, farming, playing, just kind of, when the rain comes down where we live, we don't really stop and run for cover. We just kind of keep doing what we do. And so it's kind of the mana'o behind that. It's kind of just taking some video evidence and try and put it all together into a video that we could have everybody be kind of involved and feel like, hey, we're a part of that too, yeah.
In Kona, it's so hot that when we don't have rain, our rain is playing with the water hose.
It's nicer than Kona rain.
No, we get our rain how we get.
Kale, we like, we all go back from like 90s and from music. And what I really appreciate about your guys' group is you all play with different configurations, and you guys can actually get down like on the reggae vibe. But your guys' Hawaiian foundation keeps you doing what you do as well, even though you guys venture off with Mixture and the other collaborations that you have. You add an element to the band. What I appreciate is because not many people add implements or any kind of percussion to Hawaiian music a lot. And that gives a lot of your guys's, because when I hear Kawanui, I like go play in the rain. I like go outside and play water and eat sugar. Yeah, explain your guys's, your vibe.
I think, a lot has to do with how we were listening to different types of music growing up. Like for me, influence from our father, Polynesian music was always in me and Moku's livelihood growing up with our parents owning a Polynesian show. And then Moku having a breakdance hip hop group. And, all these influences were all so heavy on us, and of course we were surfers too. So reggae and rock and roll and surfing is kind of like Father, Son, and Holy Spirit to me. It's like it's just a trio. So all these things are always just around us all the time, and it was such a positive influence for us, and I think it just continues to show in our music and how we carry ourselves. It's
TR,
diverse.
TR, when we talk to other people about your music, and when we try to describe music, one of the sounds we're thinking was like, they kind of take it back to like Makapu'u sand band kind vibe. And you bring a lot of that element with your guitar playing. Tell us what inspires you guys to get that kind of that era sound.
I think a lot of that has to do with what we were listening to when we were growing up. I listened to a lot of Sunday Manoa, a lot of those bands from that era. Hui Ohana, that was a big influence to us. A lot of the early, the Renaissance Hawaiian bands, I think.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of where I get my licks from a little bit. And then I kind of have a little bit of a country background. My mom, she loved country. So, Willie Nelson's like my favorite artist of all time, right? But, so it's, I mean, I get so Hawaiian artists that I love, but Willie is like, my mom always loved him. So I think that's kind of where it comes from. And then definitely the influence that we get from each other. So we each brought something different to the table. So once we start putting it together, it's just like, okay, well, where do I fit? Where does Moku fit? Where does Kale fit? Where does Grant fit? And then once you all put it together, that's what you get, the Kuahiwis.
Yeah. Hey.
Moku, what keeps you guys, I know many of you are in education, and of course, involved culturally. What keeps you guys grounded? Even when you venture off with other music, what keeps you guys always wanting to, document and share, the past with Hawaiian music?
Yeah, I think the fact that we like the things we sing about, we try. That's what we do. Yeah, we sing about pretty much the things we do, and of course, keyed in on the cultural things when we focusing on the Hawaiian music, and because we do all kinds of stuff. Kolohe stuff we can't even make songs about, but when we're doing this cultural stuff, we're writing Hawaiian music. This cultural kind of stuff we're singing about is pretty much the stuff we do. Like Grant said, we do what we do in the rain. We play in the rain. Real Ohana bass. If you listen to the music, always talking about the family. Almost every single song is about our family. I think that we write. But yeah, that kind of stuff. Mahi, when you work anybody work land, that whole different mind space. And to me, that's the kind of things that when things come to you, yeah, not so much in the teaching in school kind of thing. My mind is elsewhere. But when you're doing things like working the aina and stuff like that, I don't know, just connect, yeah.
What do you guys think, TR, what do you think holds you guys together? Because, two of you is brothers, and then your longtime brotherhood. How do you keep from, arguing in the studio? Because you guys, it seems to be a pretty, do you guys just go outside and kickbox instead of talking? Or like, how do you guys keep it? It seems pretty smooth sailing with you guys, not a lot of, no drama. It seems like they're, like you said, hey, so-and-so's birthday, come jump in with us. It seems like you guys hang out aside from playing music together.
Yeah, these guys are basically my brothers. I mean, we've been hanging out for so long. All of our kids pretty much grew up with each other. We've been playing music for so long. As for how we get over all those difficult times, man, we've hashed those things out 15 years ago, 10 years ago. So now it's mostly like, hey, you got something to say? Let's say it. We'll come together, we'll talk stories, kuka, and then figure them out from there. And then, as long as everybody can get the stuff that they need to say off the chest, then we can talk about it and get over it. But it's at this point in our careers and in our lives, we're like brothers already. It's so easy to work with these guys. If this was my full-time job, I'd be stoked, but but it's not. So
basically, there's no filter or barriers. So we say everything and anything to each other, and nobody gets offended.
It's easier that way, much easier.
Anything goes.
I love it. So Grant, when with this influence of reggae, you guys are doing the Kuahiwis thing. What is the music that your kids listen to?
They don't listen to me, that's for sure. Yeah, you know, I don't feel like my kids are necessarily as rooted in Hawaiian music as I was, but they have a broad base. My kids are all learning in Olelo, Hawaii, and Moku's kids, Kale's kids, all of TR's kids. They're all they're very rooted, but you know they're into the modern music too. You can't deny it, and I'll never want to stop them from broadening their minds to all types of music. So all our kids are real musical. They all can jam. Um, we're trying to propel them a little bit further and get them out of their bubble slowly but surely. Each of them are kind of doing their own thing, but we're not trying to like make them shame or anything. Well, at times.
Our kids have discovered K-pop.
Oh,
Oh.
So everybody's in my house.
That's what, man.
I'm fortunate that my son, he's real into the old school 90s gangster rap. So I can be down with that.
Good man.
And
Good man, Noah.
I am doing a later episode of Closet Hawaiian Breakdancers, Moku. And all these guys are going to be in their 40s and opera, so I'm going to be calling you for that episode.
we gotta have one medic on duty.
Now, we were talking earlier about how can people get involved with the video?
Good job.
How can they send you guys the footage so that they can be with the video?
Right now, they can DM us or send us a message on our Facebook, Kuahiwis Music, or Instagram. We have our Kuahiwis. I think both of them are Kuahiwis Music. And then if they need to, they can send it to my personal page also. We'll get them on either one, or send them to Kapa and they'll channel it to us, whatever's easiest. Yeah.
Props on the logo. That logo is sick. I'll try and see if I can share it on our. Their logo is their silhouettes, but when can everybody get this single and the new music? When's the new album?
Okay, so the album is coming soon. Let's put it that way. And so we're working on it, you know. This time where we've been kind of in quarantine and been forced to shift gears, we haven't been playing live. We're really able to turn our attention to trying to record. And so in that sense, this time period has been real fruitful for us. We've been able to band together and work with you also, Jazz. It's been quite a good experience. And so the single will be out Friday, October 16th on all digital platforms. And we're going to do this. We're going to have a birthday bash live stream. And at the third quarter of the live stream is going to be when Ka'uanui will be available on digital platforms. So it's going to be about 6 p.m. that we're going to make it available, and we're going to start our live stream about 5:30. And it's my birthday, 21st birthday.
Legal.
Real quick, how do you know how to do all this at your age? Teenager marketing for
Teenagers.
We have a lot of support staff with the same last names as us. Who we don't have to pay other than food.
We're definitely going to share that on our Kapa Facebook. So all of our listeners who are listening right now, you can, of course, get onto Kuahiwis Music on Facebook, Instagram, or, of course, Kapa Radio. We'll be sharing it on our page as well. And, of course, like you said, digital downloads will happen as the birthday bash happens. Is there a theme to the birthday bash? Should we wear certain colors or hair arrangements?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to consult with you for that one.
Just I think you should dress Kuahiwis.
Yeah.
Dress Kuahiwis. So it starts with rubber boots. Starts with rubber boots. Not do too much to your hair.
TR
Yeah,
go
the
wear
rest
his
was
typical big flower. TR get his wear monarch piece.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank you guys. Always a pleasure to talk story. Go to their Facebook, Instagram, follow them, Kuahiwis, Mahalo nui, brothers.
Mahalo!
Aloha.
Mahalo, you guys.
Aue, lele I mai ana ka ua e pani ia ku kahi pukani ani a hoki ka ua I kamoe. Aue, lele I mai ana ka ua e pani ia ku kahi pukani ani a hoki ka ua I kamoe. Ahena ni o ola I ka sui honi a ka ua ua noi le hua. Ulua e au vehi kukua e mo ka hua I ka ua. Aue, lele I mai ana ka ua e pani ia ku kahi pukani ani a hoki ka ua I kamoe. Aue, lele I mai ana ka ua e pani ia ku kahi pukani ani a hoki ka ua I kamoe. Kuahiwi, ai no ka puma kele e uke aloha. Kele ka helele I ho au panui. Oia vai hoki ka vai o ka mahi ai. Oia aue, helele I mai ana ka ua e pani ia ku kahi pukani ani a hoki ka ua I kamoe. Aue, helele I mai ana ka ua e pani ia ku kahi pukani ani a hoki ka ua I kamoe. So sweet, kahonia ka ua ki Kuahiwi. Kuku ai nā uwehi ka ure hua. Ai ka nani o ola ai ka ua nui. Aue, helele I mai ana ka ua e pani ia ku kahi pukani ani a hoki ka ua I kamoe. Aue, helele I mai ana ka ua e pani ia ku kahi pukani ani a hoki ka ua I kamoe. Aue, helele I mai ana ka ua e pani ia ku kahi pukani ani a hoki ka ua I kamoe. Aue, helele I mai ana ka ua e pani ia ku kahi pukani ani a hoki ka ua I kamoe. Go outside, Bambai, stay dry.